Thunderbolts has a unique concept that's different from your typical Marvel movie. It's about broken people trying to matter, and that idea was executed better than I ever expected. Before I get into this movie, I just want to call something out. A lot of the films I've seen in 2025, like Magazine Dreams and The Woman in the Yard, have tapped into mental health in deep reflective ways. And Thunderbolts, surprisingly enough, fits right into that bill. On the surface, yeah, it's an anti-hero movie, but underneath, it's about shame, self-worth, and belonging, and the quiet, uncomfortable truth of feeling like a background character in a world full of gods. It's about what happens when you stop pretending you're fine and start figuring out how to carry your past and address it once and for all. The film follows a team of cast-offs: Yelena Beluva, Bucky Barnes, Rick Guardian, Ghost, and Bob, who we'll cover in a bit. Side note, Rick Guardian is played by David Harbour, who I always liked from Stranger Things, but halfway through this film I realized I was mixing him up with Kevin Ball from Shameless. Also, shout out to Wendell Pierce, who was in this film as well. He's famous from The Wire for me. They're brought together by CIA Director Val, who sends them on a mission to infiltrate a covert facility tied to a shady superhuman program. But in reality, it's all a setup, an attempt to pit them against each other and erase her own dirty secrets. What's already a complex situation gets a bit murkier when they are tested by their own internal demons. Where this film shines is how it deals with emotional baggage. These characters aren't just angry or violent, they're ashamed, and they've never been given space to process it. And it's pretty nice that this film doesn't rush them either. It lets them be broken together. Another huge piece of this movie for me is its relatability. These characters aren't aspirational, they're relatable. That's where Bob comes in. He's not the leader, he doesn't give them a rallying speech, but his unraveling presence holds his team together in a way no other character could. There's a scene where he starts to lose control, not because he's evil, but because he's overwhelmed by feeling like an imposter, by feeling shame, by feeling a deep fear that he doesn't belong. The film represents this as the void, which is a shadow of blackness that takes over, and the vulnerability he shows, specifically the fear and isolation, forces everyone else to stop posturing and actually show up. Yelena, who early in the movie says we're all alone, ends up coming to him and saying you are not alone. That moment hit me because it flips the whole Marvel formula. It's not about power that saves him, it's about presence. By the end of the film, this still isn't a team of heroes. They've built something, sure, but it's not through shared success, it's actually through shared struggle. And that matters because the point of this film isn't that these people become great. It's that even broken people deserve to find belonging and solace to connect with people who empathize with them. This could have easily been the usual Marvel setup where misfit group deals with tension, there's some banter, there's a big battle, and then there's mutual respect by the end. And while some of that structure totally exists here, Thunderbolts goes a bit deeper. It shows how shame can bind people and how vulnerability, not strength, might be what actually holds a team together. And that's why for me, this is a solid B+, because it surprised me, not with the action, but with the emotional honesty. And the fact that the most powerful scene in the movie comes from a character breaking down, not powering up, that tells me that Marvel was at least trying something different here. This film literally reminded me that you don't have to be healed to help someone else heal. You don't have to be fixed to be worth something either. And in a year where mental health keeps showing up on screen, it's wild that Thunderbolts might have delivered one of the most genuine moments about what it means to not be okay. And that's pretty damn cool. Did you check out Thunderbolts? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.